dear creative buddies. So today we are going to learn about ancient science related to energy. So in this, the next topic is about electric cell. So the electric cell is an important invention in the recent years because this has increased the probability of the wireless connections. So let us take it from your TV remote, your mobile phones or car batteries, anywhere it is possible to transport from one place to another place without any wire connection. It is only because of the electric cell invention. So this credit goes to the Greek scientist, but this first ever electric cell was prepared by our Indian rishis. So here the first ever Indian rishi who have prepared the electric cell was Agastya Maharshi. So this Agastya Maharshi, who have written about this electric cell in the 4000 BC in his book in Agastya Samhita, he has written in such a way that there is some coded language hidden in that. So that he thought that when we are writing in a coded language, whoever learns it may not misuse it. So thinking of these all, they have decoded it and they have written in such a way that they have to take an earthen pot. In the original verses, he states that in an earthen pot, when we take peacock's neck, which is covered by the wet wood dust and covered by the zinc amalgam. So here we should not mistake in that here peacock neck is nothing but copper sulfate. So here he has compared the color. So the peacock neck color and the copper sulfate is in the similar color, the chemical copper sulfate. Okay, so here they both are in a rich blue color. So why did he decode it? Because so that whenever anyone reads it, they might not misuse it. So they used to think that foresight and they have decoded it in that way. Okay, so here what is the arrangement now? Let us see. So he has taken an earthen pot and in that copper crystals were put down and over that wet wood dust was covered. Again on that zinc amalgam. So here zinc amalgam is zinc which is coated by the mercury. So that we say it as zinc amalgam. And one was copper plate on one side and zinc plate on the another side, which was immersed in these all particles. So this was the arrangement done and he told that the electricity will be produced from that. And when they have recreated the same experiment, they found out that from one pot, they have found it as 1.1 volt of energy was produced. So think that now if we have arranged there 100 types of pots, then how much energy would have been produced? So what would they do with this all energy? Because that time there were no electric bulbs and so on. So what would they do with these all electricity? So we have some examples which our archaeologists have mentioned that there are mainly two temples, Kailasa temple and Hoileshwara temple. So these both are made from a single rock. So here during the daytime we cannot see the temple inside. Inside the temple we cannot see it. So here then, but it is inscripted with the beautiful scriptures on it. Then how did they make these all scriptures when there is no light? It is impossible. So they might have used these electricity there. And when the archaeologists have dug underground, they found like these clay pots, a big clay pots underground, which were interconnected with one another. So by this they have found out that this type of electricity was used to make those all inscriptions on the temple. So here these all electricity was used only where there is necessary. So whenever we are dealing with energy, we should be more careful and we should use it wherever it is necessary. We should not misuse it. So here we should know that why they have used the earthen pot itself. Why not any other metal? Because the conductivity will be more. Then they have come to know that when they have used the earthen pot, it cools the temperature which is produced inside all the material. Because the electricity is high energy, that energy if we are using any sort of metal, then it can cause damage to the metal. So that's why they have used the earthen pots so that they will be maintaining the temperature of the cell. And why this wet wood dust? So this wet wood dust will be maintaining the temperature of the clay. So it will maintain that it will be staying cool, and by the atmosphere, when the air touches the pot, it cools down the temperature inside the cell. And because of this, the durability of the cell also will be increased. So he has also mentioned about the process of electrolysis. So here electrolysis means by using electricity we break down some molecules. So generally this electrolysis we see in the water. So when water is put in the presence of electricity, then it divides into hydrogen and oxygen. So he has also stated the same thing. So the arrangement will be remaining in this way. So the same earthen pot with all the instruments, and the water will be taken. So that water, whenever the electricity is produced, this water will be dividing into hydrogen and oxygen. So then what they used to do with this process? So we know that ancient days we used to have flights. So we know that famously we know that it is a Pushpaka Vimanam. So like that it is only one example. We have like that hundreds of them. And in these Vimanas they used to use the pure oxygen. So that pure oxygen used to be produced by the process of electrolysis. So the oxygen produced from it used as fuel, and the hydrogen produced from it used to be used as the hot air balloons. Nowadays we are saying this as a hot air balloon, but the same hot air balloon used to be used in the ancient times also. So whatever technology we are using till date, so that all have been used by our ancient sages, and they have written in their samhitas or anything, they have written it in a coded language so that it may not be in the hands of the misusers. So whatever energy is produced by these all, we have to use it in a correct manner. So I hope everyone is clear with this topic, and if you want to learn many interesting topics like this, please comment in my comment section. Until then, keep learning and keep observing.